Back here, it's Owen here. Sorry about my appearance. I just fell in love with Michael Masberson. It's kind of a late night tonight. But let's get into this. This is Intro to Equity or Equities course of Generating Alpha, first of many. So clearly we got three types of equity. We got shareholders, home, and private. And at the end of this story, we had a 10-question quiz linked end of the video. So let's continue. What is equity in its simplest terms? So equity is part ownership, part like credit's like debt, where it's like you owe money. Equities, you own it. Let's think that in the simplest terms. So it's a value of an asset or business after subtracting any debts. So assets minus liabilities, a famous equation for your equity. So say we have, which is derived from the equation assets plus equity equals and then equals your liabilities. It's accounting. But it's just how much money you physically own, after the debt. So let's give us an example. If you own a car worth $20,000 and you owe $5,000 against it, your owner's equity is $15,000. It's pretty simple. You get 20,000 minus 5. Hope you guys know that. Shareholders' equity. This is the most common type of equity that is prevalent in today. We got the definition, the net value owned by shareholders in a company, by your assets, and we have your minus the liabilities. What's included? We have stocks, saved profits, money from shareholders. And this is the most common type. Most people use equity to buy stuff instead of credit. Purpose shows what shareholders own in a company. So it's pretty simple. Say you own 10 shares in Apple. You own 10 shares. You have part ownership. That's the main thing with equity. You have part ownership. Which is great. An example, a company with 1 million in assets, and I don't think you can see this, but 600 in debts, has a $400,000 in shareholders' equity. Hopefully you get the purpose now. Moving on to home equity, which is another type of equity. The definition is represents the home owner's financial stake within the profit, which is market value home versus minus the mortgage balance. So what we have included, home, market value, and mortgage balance. Purpose shows how much the home owner truly owns. So say you have to take out a loan or something like that. You won't own all that because you'll repay that with interest, obviously. An example is a home valued at $300K with a $200,000 mortgage has a $100,000 in home equity. You just get the $300K minus $200K, and it's pretty simple math. Private equity. Investment in capital from private investors or funds in private companies. These are more in Wall Street, more common. Most people don't really own equity like this. They're more private companies where limited partners buy into a private equity fund, and then they buy capital on that. And one included is private investment private firms or wealthy individuals. You sometimes would see institutions invest in this or something like this. And mainly private equity is for the rich because there's not much liquidity. So the definition of liquidity is getting your money quick. So let's say this is liquid because I can go ask my brother to buy my AirPods pretty quickly and he will buy it from me. So that's wonderful. But say if you're owning an investment in a business in a private company, they won't give you the money back for 10 years. So you have to know you don't need the money right now. Purpose. Help companies grow and improve with the provided funds from private firms or groups. This is mostly for companies that are like starting up. So say like a local store, if not that many, like say 4 or 3 locations, may use private equity because they're not public because they're not big enough to be public. An example, private firm investing in a startup to help and sell later for profit. Pretty simple. Why is equity important? That's a really big question. It can provide returns through capital gain or through dividends. So dividends, if you don't know, say you own percentage of the stock, say you get 3% after the dividends is done. It's brilliant. Gives shareholders ownership rights so they can have voting in company matters. Say you own 2 shares of Tesla, and Tesla wants to make new stuff. However, you don't like the new stuff, so you can vote like, no, we're not making that. Something like that. Can be used as collateral to secure loans. Another use of it. And that's it. So hopefully you guys like this video. And of course, this is not investment advice. We are not investment advisors. Do not take this seriously and go buy investments off of it. All right. Thank you very much.